So we're going to look at composite areas. And composite areas are the areas of composite shapes. And a composite shape is a shape that is formed by more than one shape. So for example, if I draw a rectangle and then I draw a trapezium on the top, I can work out the composite area of this shape by working out the area of the trapezium. I can work out the area of the rectangle, and then if I add them together, I'll get the composite area. So we're splitting our shapes up into shapes that we recognize and that we have the formula for working out the areas. So we're going to find the area of this composite shape. Now, some of you may recognize that as a trapezium, and that's great, and you could go ahead and use a trapezium formula. Or you could split it up into two triangles and work out the composite shape doing it that way. But you can see that a dashed line has been put into this shape in order for us to split it up into a rectangle and a triangle. So let's call the rectangle A, and we'll call the triangle shape B. So we want to work out the area of A. So we know that the area of shape A is going to be the length times the breadth. Now, if we go to our shape, the length is 6, so we can substitute 6 multiplied by, and our breadth is 5. So that gives us an area for the rectangle of 30 squared centimeters. Now, we need to work out the area of B. And we know that the area of a triangle is a half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. Now, if we go to our, write down the half, and we're going to multiply that by the base. Now, if we go to our triangle, you can see that we don't actually know what the base of the triangle is. We know that the entire length is 14 centimeters. And we know that from one end to the end of the rectangle is 6 centimeters. So if we want to work out what this base of the triangle here is, then we need to work out the difference between 14 and 6. So if I do 14 take away 6, I'm going to get 8 centimeters. And that is going to be my base. Now, what about the height? Well, it's not marked on the actual triangle, but you can see that the height of this side of my rectangle is the same as the height of my triangle. And so this dimension here is also going to be 5 centimeters because of the properties of a rectangle, and that's going to be my height. So I'm going to do a half multiplied by 8 multiplied by 5, and that gives me 20 centimeters squared. So my total area is going to be these things added together. So my area of A, which is 30, my area of B, which is 20, and if I add them together, my total area for my composite shape is 50 squared centimeters.